Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I'm back today with another one of my supermarket favourite series, and this time I am looking at M&S. So I went into M&S today with Bill, my eldest son, because it was quite highly requested on my last video. Now if you've not seen these videos before, I am basically doing a series of my favourite buys from popular UK supermarkets. So I have already done Aldi, which is really nice and affordable, and then I've gone over to high end, which is Waitrose, and then this time round I just decided to go through the comments and see one that was quite highly requested, and also one that I felt like I could do, like, honestly, because some supermarkets I don't shop at as much and I think I need to do a little bit more research at first. So I went with M&S, and a bit of background with me and M&S and how I like to shop there. It's quite similar to Waitrose. I like to go there for like treats and special things, and M&S isn't strictly local to me. It's not in like the nearby place where I live or anything like that. I have to travel to go to it, and it's one of those where if I'm nearby I'll probably go in and stock up on a few of my favourites, if that makes sense, because there are just things that M&S do that I don't think other places do as well, and I'm sure there are going to be a few obvious favourites in here as well. But let's get started. So the first thing that I'm going to share is actually a cleaning product which is individual to M&S, and that's one thing that I love about M&S, is that they've really come on in terms of what they used to sell versus like what they actually sell now, if that makes sense, because it used to be very strictly their own brand and it used to be mainly food, whereas they do sell other brands in there now, which is quite handy if it's the only thing that's available to you, like shop wise, and you need to nip in for a few bits. But you probably think M&S, bet it's really expensive. This is their own brand cleaner. It's a fancy scent of apricot and orange. How much is it? It's 90p, and it's also cruelty free. It's got the cruelty free international logo at the bottom here, and it kills 99.9% of bacteria and is safe to use where food is prepared. It's also suitable for vegans, and it's part of the AISE Voluntary Sustainability Initiative. So it's very sustainable because this bottle is made out of all plastic and they haven't used any animal products in, you know, the making of this as well, which is pretty cool. And for 90p you can't go wrong. Plus it just smells amazing. I am, these days, in my old age of 31, I feel like I am just excited by scents of things for my house to clean with. I feel like I don't really like cleaning that much, but it makes it a little bit more pleasurable when your house smells nice, and this is a really, really good buy. So if you've not tried it before, really worth picking up. And Mum, if you're watching this, I've also picked one up for you as well because I thought you might like to try it. Next up are these, or at least a variant of these, because these remind me of my grandma. My grandma has bought these before and she loves her a bit of M&S, and they are M&S's own Jaffa cakes, but they are literally the best Jaffa cakes ever. They're better than Jaffa cakes, you know, the proper ones. And the reason why I bought these ones is because these are new and they're raspberry Jaffa cakes. They also had like a passion fruit flavour Jaffa cake as well, and then like a lime one as well, but I went for raspberry because I love anything raspberry. But I just love that they've improved on something that is already so good. They're just like really, really, really tasty, and I absolutely love them. M&S do like biscuits and naughty food and snacks really, really well, and if you've never tried these before, I highly recommend it because they're just really good. The next one might be a little bit boring, I don't know, I guess it depends on how excited you get about ham, but M&S's meat is really, really good quality. A lot of it is locally sourced as well, so it's in the UK. And when it comes to ham in particular, like cured meats, I always try and buy the best that I can, because a lot of the time you'll find that these are all pumped with water otherwise, so you're not actually getting the best nutritional value, if that makes sense. Plus it tastes a lot nicer. This is the family value pack, and this costs £4, and it says that there is no added water, it's oven cooked, and it's made using British outdoor bred pork, Wiltshire cured on the bone, and it's just really nice ham. Again, it reminds me of my grandma when she used to make me a ham sandwich when I was little. Next up are the M&S sub rolls. M&S, the bakery, again, like their snacks, and well, they do everything really well, let's face it, they do things fantastically. But I remember when I was much younger, M&S were way ahead of the times when it came to introducing different products. Like sub rolls in some countries are really common, but around here they weren't so much when I was younger. And I remember the first time I ever discovered them in store, it was in an M&S store. And let me tell you now, you have not experienced a bacon butty until you've got like decent bacon on a fluffy sub roll with lashings of butter and tomato ketchup. It is just amazing. So I had to buy these because every time I go I always buy them. I know they're not anything special, but they're done really well, and I really like bread. As I mentioned before, M&S do vegan really well, or at least they're experimenting with different kind of like vegan ready meals. So why shouldn't people that are vegan or vegetarian, when they're in a rush or they've had a bad day, why shouldn't they be able to like reach for a ready meal or something really tasty and quick and easy like the rest of us? And M&S do it really well. I bought these a few weeks back. They are so good. Oh, they're really good. They're basically like, you know, popcorn chicken. It's popcorn cauliflower. They also come with a spicy buffalo dip as well, and I just think that they're really tasty, and they're a great way of like getting some veg into your kids and tricking them, because they're just like, oh, it's crispy, I'll eat it. And really enjoyed them, and I'm really impressed. I love it when supermarkets try and do something a little bit different that isn't just like a stuffed mushroom or something in that area, because I've grown up with friends that are vegan and vegetarian, and like matters to me that they've got good choices too. Now, one of these favourites I have to thank one of you for, because if you watched the Waitrose video you will have remembered that I really love me some giant corn. Love giant corn in my life, and someone commented and suggested that I try the M&S one, so I did. And it's really good. It's just as good, like they're on par. If anything, I would say that these are more giant, like they are next level, really big. And you get more in the pack as well, so you get 140 grams, and they're just, they look a bit weird, granted, but if you've not tried them before, try them, because you will be hooked. They're way better than crisps in my opinion. And then while I was there, I remembered the first time I ever tried wasabi peas was because of M&S, and their wasabi peas are really good. They're like, they've got a proper kick to them, and again you get a massive pack. These are only £1 for 200 grams, and I'm a big fan of snacks, especially ones like these that I know they're not like the healthiest in the world, but they feel a lot healthier than other alternatives. So really good offering as well. They've got so many different types, and like different types of crisps and stuff. It's like a snack lover's wonderland. Then finally, you're probably wondering, like, she's not mentioned something that she really needs to mention, and just like hold on tight, because the last two things are the true staples of any M&S shop in my opinion. The first one is the cappuccino bar. Now granted, you need to like coffee flavoured things. Like my favourite Revel was always the coffee Revel until they got rid of it, like rest in peace Coffee Revel. I love coffee, anything like coffee flavoured ice cream, coffee flavoured coffee, iced coffee, hot coffee, coffee cake, coffee chocolates. It's just, I'm obsessed. This is so good. It's basically like a cappuccino flavoured truffle encased in white chocolate with a dusting of cocoa powder. You can tell I've had very many of them, and every time I go I pick one of these up. There's loads of different types as well. You can get like nut bars, you can get like other truffle bars, and they're really good. And they always used to remind me of like a Thornton's knockoff back in the day. I always used to think that I was like getting a good deal on my M&S chocolate bar over the Thornton's one, but they're so good, and I cannot go to M&S without picking them up. Which leads me on to the one that you've all been waiting for. That's it, Percy Pig and his pals. I always get Percy Pig and pals because I like the variation in flavours. So you've got like a cow and a sheep. I don't know what their names are necessarily, but they're very tasty and we enjoy them very much as a family. So much so that when I put them in the basket, Bill was like, yeah, Percy Pigs, and I was like, I know. But they're like, when you think of M&S, what do you think of? You think of Percy Pig and you think of sexy food adverts, at least I do anyway, and again I just can't help myself from picking them up. So if you aren't from the UK and you do at some point visit, then you need to get yourself to an M&S and buy yourself some Percy Pigs, because these are like a British institution and they're really nice. But yeah, that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, let me know in the comments down below what like supermarket you would like me to see next. Sainsbury's I know quite well, and Morrison's I know quite well. Asda and Lidl are ones that I think I need to do a bit more research on and actually try shopping there more. So I might have to do those later down the line, but let me know if there are any I've forgotten, like Iceland for example. I go to Iceland now and again for certain bits because they do great like freezer stuff, but you'll have to let me know who you want to see next. And if you have any suggestions of things that you love from M&S, then let me know in the comments below, because as you can probably tell from this video, I get very excited about food and I love some new suggestions to have a nosy at and check out next time I'm there. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you're having a lovely day whatever you're up to, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye.